Sorry, I got interrupted. All I did was sit on a tennis ball and try to alleviate my pain. And the reason why I did that is because I couldn't feel my right leg. Okay, it was locked up. And you could tell just by looking at it that it was rock solid and the muscles would not move. Anyway, whatever. My muscles wouldn't move. 3 weeks straight I did this. And then I started the SSRI, and about 4 days in, it became Thanksgiving. And my daughter's boyfriend came over to help with my kids, because I couldn't take care of my kids. I just couldn't. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do shit. He came over to help with my kids, and they started getting out the Christmas stuff. So it was the first time I actually did something that brought me a little bit of happiness. So I set up the little tiny tree that I put on my dining room table. It's just a little tiny tree with, like, I don't know, 15, 20 ornaments. And I put it together, and the whole time, I'm tense and I'm holding my body together. But it was the first time that I felt like I was contributing, maybe, or there's a little glimpse of hope, like, let's get back to life. So that's what I did. I started to get back to life. And I started to do the things around the house that hadn't been done in months, whether I was in pain or not. And I had muscular pain everywhere. And so I started doing things around the house, cleaning out cupboards, cleaning out closets, those things that hadn't been done in months. And I started to feel a lot better. I started to feel like, okay, I'm getting my life back. Then I started to I wasn't doing any walking at that time. I wasn't doing any strengthening or anything like that. Then I started to try to strengthen. And I think I went overboard with it because I ran out of things to do around my house. So then I started focusing again on my body. And I started focusing on strengthening and doing all these things. And my pain came back full force. And I couldn't sit and I couldn't stand for any amount of time. It was brutal. And I was getting tingling down my legs. I was getting tingling down my arms. One day I would wake up and my arms would feel like they wouldn't work, like they were so weak. The next day I'd wake up and my legs felt weak. Well, my legs always felt weak from day one. Not from day one, I shouldn't say that. It wasn't until later in the process that my legs started to feel really weak, like I couldn't hold myself up. And it just slowly got worse and worse. And I was doing probably way too much strengthening. I went from 0 strengthening to let's do this routine 3 times a day and get stronger, and it was a lot for my body to handle, and I was in pain. Then I started to, this whole time I was Googling everything. I was watching YouTube videos on SI joint dysfunction. I was Googling, why am I feeling this way? Why do I have ChatGPT? Why do I have pain in my sacrum when I sit? Why can I not stand up for a long period of time? Blah, 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 blah. All this led to, like, SI joint dysfunction and blah, blah, blah. And then I started to run out of things. I don't know if I ran out of things to Google, but I was re-Googling things that I already knew, that I had already learned about SI joint dysfunction. I spent a majority of my time on my phone Googling things, wondering when and how this is going to get better. Am I ever going to get better? Will this go away? Do I need surgery? What do I need? to get me through this and to heal, because my body is not healing. And then I started to realize, because I started doing somatic exercises. And there's one guy that I listened to, and he said, if you have exceptions, like for instance, if there was one time in the last month that you were able to sit on the couch and not experience the pain, that would mean it's neuroplastic. That basically it's all in your head. So I didn't quite understand that at first. And then I started researching the fuck out of that. And I started researching the central nervous system sensitization versus dysregulation. Central nervous system, how to get it out of sensitization and move it back to dysregulation, and then move that back to, okay. So I started doing all this research on it. And I started to watch for my exceptions, and it was real. I had exceptions, especially if my daughter and her boyfriend were over, or my 2 little kids were home. I have a 10-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old son with Down syndrome that are still at home. And I started to notice that, yes, I did have exceptions. Now, mind you, at this time, a month and a half, 2 months ago, I can tell you this, I'm on week 12 of being up and at it in life. And doing things and trying to do things. But I'm not really in life still yet. I'm still very much present in my mind about my body and scanning my body for symptoms. I can tell you right now, I just started driving myself to doctor appointments about 3 weeks ago. There was one day I had a doctor's appointment. My husband could not get off of work, and I was like, well, I have to fucking go. So I'm gonna have to fucking do it. I got in my car and I fucking did it. It was very, very, very hard and very, very scary. I had so much fear that I brought my fucking tennis ball along with me in case I had to lay down in the back of my Explorer and treat my muscles. That's how fucking fearful I was. So I know I'm all over the place, but this is where I'm at right now. So I started doing that. And then one day I thought, well, you know what? If I can do that, I want to go to Sherwin-Williams and I want to pick out paint samples for my house, because eventually when I get better, I want to repaint this gray on my walls, and I want to turn it more warm, a warm neutral beige or something. So I go to Sherwin-Williams. I'm in pain on the way there, and it starts to escalate, and I start having severe anxiety about my pain. I get to town, and I thought I knew where the Sherwin-Williams was. Nope, I was wrong. Then I had to start driving around and pulling up directions on my phone. I completely got stressed out, anxiety ridden. I finally find the Sherwin-Williams. I go in and I'm like, fuck, I have a lot of fucking pain. I'm having so much pain. It was hard for me to just stand there looking at the samples. So I pick out my samples quick, and I'm like, all this fear in my head, like, I gotta get home. I gotta get home right now because I'm in a lot of pain. I get up to the counter, there's like 3 people in line. The first motherfucker, I'm just gonna say it, motherfucker in line, had 8 5-gallon buckets of paint that he was getting. So they had to, put it on a dolly, take it out to his truck, 3 things at a time. It was a long process. And I'm standing there and I'm thinking, I am going to die if I don't get my paint samples bought and paid for. I bought the big one, the stick-on ones. They were like 4 for $14.99 or something. I got him after I stood in line, crazy for crazy anxiety, paid, got back out to my car, and I am in severe pain all the way home. I come home, I start crying, I have this crash, I lay down in bed, and I'm like, I can't even do that. I am fucking broken. Everything is wrong about me. This sucks. I can't enjoy life. My life is just gone. It's done. And this was about 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. And so this is where I'm at right now. And so I watched other videos on central nervous system and all this stuff. And I watched one lady that said, you know what, you gotta just get back to life and let the pain be there, let it be there in the background and get back to life. And so I was trying that for a few days. I've been trying everything to get out of this fucking hell I am in. Every day I wake up, I have instant anxiety, I have instant fear. What is today gonna bring? What new symptoms am I gonna have? What pain am I gonna have? How's the day gonna go? Is this ever gonna go away? These are my thoughts day in and day out. And I'm trying my damnedest not to sit and stew and think and Google and chat GPT and do all these things. And it's hard. It's hard not to. So I decided to do this video because I see a lot of videos of success stories and I see a lot of videos of people that have overcome it, but I don't see any stories of people that are in it. And I'm in it right now and it sucks. I can't turn my brain off. I can't be in the moment with my family. I can sometimes, but I can't focus on anything but my body and my pain. And it sucks so bad. And I don't know how to get out of this. But I'm trying. But I'm making a video for you. Anybody else that's been in this. Because hopefully it will help you realize that other people are in this. Are going through the same things. Most of my pain is in my sacrum. I can tell you right now, just sitting here, I have pain in my left trap. I have pain in my QL muscles down my back. I have pain in my tailbone right now as I'm sitting here. I have pain in my glutes. I have tingling down both legs. My right foot is tingling. I don't know how many symptoms did I just name off. The other symptom is anxiety. I have that terribly. Anyway, I have so much fear about this never going away and that I'm never gonna get better. And my mind is constantly in the future. What can I do today to make myself feel better tomorrow? And the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I'm constantly in the future. I'm constantly battling how to get out of this and how to make it better. I don't know how to be here now. And I have really unstable thoughts about myself. I was listening to one meditation and it said in there, it asked, do you accept who you are right now and where you're at? And I started crying. I'm like, no, I don't. I do not accept where I'm at. I do not accept this. How the fuck do I accept this? I don't want to accept this. And I'm very, very, very slowly, and very hesitantly trying to accept, like, this is just where I'm at right now. It's very hard for me to accept, especially because if I can get up and run a 5K right now, I'm doing a fucking heartbeat. I have so much energy, but I can't do anything about it. I have so much stress that I need to get out, and I can't get it out in the form and in the way that I used to. And I don't know who the new me is. It's very difficult to accept. I want to feel that I'm going to get better, but I have all these negative thoughts about myself. Like, I feel guilt because I'm not spending the time I need to with my husband and my kids. I can't even be present with him more than half the time, 85% of the time. I feel shame about my body now. I feel uncomfortable in my own body. I don't recognize my own body. I am confused because my body will not respond to strengthening and movement like it did before. I feel a shit ton of fear about my future. I think that's probably the majority of my problem is the fear about my future. And what am I going to be like come summer? And I want to get better so bad. But I fear that I won't be. I have sadness. I'm very depressed. I'm sad all the time. And I'm trying to learn to just sit with it. I'm like, okay, I have all these emotions, and I'm trying to just sit with them and be okay with them. But if you're like me, I'm not okay with it. The emotions are hard to deal with. I have tried everything under the sun to get better. I have tried chiropractic. I have tried soft wave therapy. I have tried acupuncture. I have tried massage. I have tried red light therapy. I have tried a vibration plate. I have tried acupressure mats. I have tried, obviously, the foam rolling and the tennis balling. I have tried, God, what else is it that I've tried? I don't know. I've spent thousands of dollars on things to try to help me make me better. None of them have worked. The red light therapy mat I do love because it is calming and it's warm and I love it. So I've had SI joint injections, I've had piriformis injections, I've had an injection in my L5 in my back. Jesus, what else have I done? I don't know. There's been a million things that I've tried to do. The doctors did an MRI of my back, 2 lower lumbar MRIs, and they were almost exactly identical. And I've had a pelvic MRI. They found nothing but some gluteal tendinopathy that was really mild. So one's got to think, like, okay, maybe there's not anything wrong with me. And there's a part of me that still holds on to that. There's a part of me that's like, no, it's SI joint dysfunction. Like, you're in pain. And then there's a part of me that's like, your body is probably healed by now. This is all central nervous system shit going on. I don't know. Either way, I know that I need to start having hope, and I need to start having confidence in myself, and I need to start trusting my body. And I'm slowly exposing myself, exposure therapy, to different things, especially sitting cross-legged right now on the couch. This is the first time I've ever done that, which I'm going to unfold. So I just wanted to make this video. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do any of the fancy shit. I just wanted to make this video so that other people can see other people in the midst of it. Not when they're better, when they're in the midst of it and when they're going through it. The thoughts, the emotions, the fucking fear is immense. And the different modalities that I kind of overloaded my system with a bunch of stuff there for a while. I was doing somatic exercises. I was doing meditation. I was doing TRE. If you don't know what that is, that's tremoring. I was doing journaling. I was doing, I got a therapist, 2 therapists actually. Yeah, thank you. 2 therapists. We did ART, which is accelerated resolution therapy. I have been, what else have I been doing? Oh, yoga, which I really strongly love yoga, by the way. For some reason, it calms me, really calms me. It brings me a sense of safety for some reason. So I did all these things all at once. So I'm like, yep, I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna do all this shit, get my central nervous system under control, and it's just gonna happen naturally on its own. No, it doesn't happen naturally on its own, and actually I stressed myself out and gave myself even more anxiety doing all that stuff. Because I would always be checking, did it work? Did it help? It didn't, unfortunately. So if you're in this, and you're in the midst of this like I am, I really don't have any advice for you because I'm just as fucked up as you are right now. But I wanted to share where I'm at. And my plan is to make videos maybe once a week. I don't know. Every day. I don't know. I don't know what's going to help me. But not only do I want to help myself, I want to help others through this because this is torture. This is horrible. This has ruined my life. The only thing that I'm doing right now to get by from day to day is I'm going to the gym. I'm walking 2 miles. I'm doing very, very minimal strengthening. I'm doing some yoga during my day. And then I am doing things around the house, like vacuuming, mopping, dusting, doing laundry, things of that nature. Cleaning the car out sometimes. Just depends on my day, really. And that's what I've been doing. And I make a to-do list every day. So I have something else to focus my mind on besides fucking ChatGPT and Google. Because it's doing absolutely nothing for me. Absolutely nothing. So I pop Alexa on, I make her play music, and I try to live my day the best I can. Some days I have fairly decent days. Some days I wake up and I just automatically know it's going to be a rough day, which sucks. So that's where I'm at. If you have any comments I really don't want any suggestions on what else to do. I've done all the breath work. I've done it all. I've tried it all. And I really don't need any more suggestions because I don't need to focus on things that other people did to heal them. I need to focus on me right now. I need to focus on what the hell is going to get me out of this fucking hell I'm living in. And I'm just going to keep trying and keep hoping that I gain confidence and hoping that I show my body trust and hoping that my body responds the way it should, because it's not responding the way it should right now. Central nervous system just will not fucking calm down. So leave me a comment or two if there's certain symptoms that you have that are similar to mine, or if you're experiencing the same hell. If you've gotten out of it, don't tell me how you got out of it, just tell me you got out of it and that there's hope. That's all I'm really needing right now. And I will post another video someday soon. Bye-bye.